Continue from where we left last time.
We left with the types of uh, the storage accounts, blobs, the first type, which is mostly used for sequential data. It has a size of maximum 454. Yeah.
Yes, Niaz is very expert. Niaz started remembering things.
Yeah. Then we had append blobs.
Hmm.
Mostly it is
Yeah. So what we studied last time, will quickly review.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So first thing is I told you that storage is something different. You have to take from the compute nowadays, right? It's a different entity nowadays because if you do that, then it is possible to shut down the compute to save money and storage. You cannot shut down, right?
Yeah.
So if you take it separately, you can shut down the compute if you don't require it. Data will be there because storage is on, right? So you can save some money.
So this point I didn't understand. Just explain. Shut down all of
If you take storage along with virtual machine only, suppose you store everything in virtual machine. So if you shut down virtual machine,
that is good. That is
data cannot be accessed.
correct. Correct.
But sometimes you need data, right?
Yes.
But you don't need the compute.
Yes.
You can shut down the compute if your storage is separate.
Compute in the sense
Virtual machine, but storage will be still alive, right? So
Ah.
which you can access, you can process, you can do whatever.
Because it is different.
Different, yes.
Okay.
Especially for data science work,
Yes, yes.
you don't need computer all the time, but the data you need, right?
Yes.
So you can separate the two.
Mhm. And that data will be stored in a storage account.
Yes, which is access control. We can define the access control for it and all that thing. We
If
can do
the
all that.
virtual machine is shut down, we can access that.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is the one of the benefits.
That benefit is there. Okay. So we have seen different types of storages, and the type of storage that we choose depends on the type of data also, right? So we studied three types of data. What was the three types of data?
First one is blob data. Blob.
Types of data, my dear.
Types of data. Structured data,
Semi-structured.
yeah. Unstructured data,
Hmm.
and one more was there non-structured data.
Structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Structured data is like SQL, like semi-structured is like key value pair. Example of semi-structured data?
Videos. No,
Semi-structured.
like
JSON.
YML, JSON.
JSON, YAML.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the examples of semi-structured data. And yes, that's right. And what is the example of unstructured data?
Miscellaneous like videos,
Yes.
stories, Facebook message,
Videos,
Twitter,
Facebook message, Twitter messages,
streaming
files,
data.
streaming data. So all this comes under unstructured data, right?
Yeah.
Then we saw the concept of storage account. Why do we need a storage account?
So that
What is the purpose of making a storage account?
Yes, to store data separately. So it can be accessible any time.
they store the data. To store the data and is on cloud.
No. Anyone? Mudassir, do you remember? Mudassir, are you available? What is the purpose of storage account? Why do you make a storage account? What is the benefit of making storage account? Arfat is also not. Yes.
The purpose to store the data, different types of data, according to a
I said, what is the benefit of benefit of storage account? I'm asking.
the data management becomes easier?
The handling of data will be easier.
shit. Just put it in mute. Sorry, I was in the mute. Oh, yeah, Mutasti and Ritik, are you there? I was on mute actually.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Manoj, connected.
Yeah, I was talking on mute. So what was the last statement you have heard, guys?
Nothing.
We answered the question why data storage is
Important.
important. Yeah.
Storage account is important. That's it, right?
Storage
And
account.
then
Yeah.
yeah. So after that we discussed
We discuss the types
We
of.
discuss the
types of storage. So
data.
the
Types of data.
data types also we discussed that, right? You heard that.
Structured, non-structured, semi-structured, yes.
Yeah, Ritik, what was the last discussion going on?
So structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. That's it.
Structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Then
We talk about building of that storage account.
there are how many types? 6 types of storage accounts, right? Storage,
No.
sorry, 6 types of storage. What are those? Block storage,
smooth,
Blocks.
block storage, file storage, table storage, queue storage,
storage,
SQL DB, and Cosmos DB. Out of that, the first 4 you have to plug into a storage account, right? Then we are discussing the types of blobs. So there are 3 types of blobs: block, append block, and page block. Block is used for storing the sequential data.
Yes.
Like it can be video, it can be streaming data. Okay, and the block size you can set, right? In
Yes.
that,
Right.
till 4 TB, right? And then append block means appending at the end. It's for log files. And page block, what is the job of page block?
To access the
Yeah.
logging.
Access randomly.
Yes, page block is to access the data randomly for random access. So page block is for random access. For random access, we use page blocks. Right?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Then also we studied about the tiers. There are 2 tiers of the
Yes, sir.
storage, right?
Hot access tier.
Hot access tier and cold access tier,
Yes.
right? And we can switch between the two.
Okay.
We can switch between the two.
Yes, sir.
So the data which is frequently accessed, we can put in the hot access tier.
Yes.
Something which is not frequently accessed, we can put in the cold access tier,
Yes.
right? Then we started discussing queue storage. For that, I explained you what is the microservice architecture. What is microservice architecture?
So we might have not start the queue storage.
Queue storage will not start, sir.
Hmm?
Queue storage will not start. Queue storage.
We have not.
No, I explained you what is microservice
Yes.
architecture, right?
Yes. That question was asked. Microservices architecture are those in which the small services are integrated and they can be handled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ritik, do you remember Mutassir? Do you know what is
No,
a?
sir.
Hmm?
We might have not discussed it. We have said
Come on,
that
yeah,
we
I
might-
discussed passport office. I discussed no last time passport office example I gave.
Yes, sir.
Microservices.
Then Mutassir, do you remember? Mutassir is busy going out, yeah?
No. Yeah, there was an example of passport office. Correct. Like
Yeah,
every counter has specific jobs to do.
Yeah. Every counter has specific job. Instead of having one counter, I told you that there are many counters, right?
Yes.
And every counter has a queue. Every counter will do some one particular task,
Yes, sir.
right? Every counter is going to do one particular task.
Yes.
I told you that, right?
Yes.
So microservice architecture is same. That instead of having a very big software, you will make software in form of small services.
Yes.
And the benefit is that each service is scalable.
Yes.
Every service is independently handled.
Yes.
Like if one counter, there's a lot of queue. then you can put one more person there, right? You can upscale it.
Yes,
So that is the benefit of microservice architecture.
absolutely.
And it's easily manageable. And it can actually, you will see there's something called Kubernetes.
Yes,
So for that also, this microservice architecture works very well.
very
Kubernetes means you can run these microservices in one particular container, and Kubernetes is a service which manages all the containers.
good.
Okay.
Yes, it runs container, but in pods. Pod runs into container.
Containers has, yeah, pods.
Yes.
You have to create pods, and pods has containers. Just a second.
Yes.
Okay. Anna Arif Arabic Shoya Shoya.
He knows.
Yes, sir. थोड़ा थोड़ा.
أنا أعرف.
أنا عارف.
Please.
मैं عارف.
أنا أعرف. عربي.
मैं जानता हूँ थोड़ा थोड़ा.
मैं समझता है.
हाँ.
ये मालूम है.
كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله الحمد لله. بشين بشين.
Okay. Okay. عشان بس
بشين لكن إيراني. Okay, so coming back to this microservice, microservice is the architecture which is being used very much nowadays. Remember that. Okay.
Yes.
And I told you that just like in passport office, you have queues, right? Every counter has queue. Mudassir, you're still there, right? Mudassir?
Yes, Manoj.
So like every counter has a queue.
Yes.
Okay. So same way, every microservices will have a queue,
Correct.
right? It will take some
messages.
it will process it and put it in another queue
Yes.
for another microservice, right?
Yes.
They will another microservice will again process it, put it in another microservice queue like that.
Yes.
So we need a queue storage, and this queue storage in Azure is meant for that.
Yes, sir.
It is meant for that, right?
Yes, it is that.
Getting?
Pipeline also we have a few
Hmm.
system. Jobs waiting a queue.
Yeah.
Queue system is inbuilt, right? No, sir, in Azure.
Hmm?
Queue systems are inbuilt, no, Azure.
No, queue storage you have to take. It's not built in. There's some queue storage which you have to take.
Okay. For the storage, yes.
Hmm.
Integrate also.
Yes, yes.
Yes, because of cloud in the languages, they have put templates and they are very easy to integrate these kind of services.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What did you name that Microsoft microservices?
Kubernetes.
Hmm?
Kubernetes handles microservice. This is one of the service.
Called what?
Azure,
Hmm.
Kubernetes.
Hmm. How you spell it?
Handles KU,
KU
BER.
BER
No, B, not P.
E
Kubernetes is a,
ER.
yeah, see what happens is, you should know there's something called as container. Virtual machine, you know what is virtual machine, right?
Hmm.
But virtual machine has got operating system, it has got application, everything.
Disks.
So it's like a full machine, right?
Yes.
But now the things are changing. Instead of using virtual machine, these guys they want to use container. Container will have only application settings. It will use a common operating system, common things, right?
Yes.
So in one machine, many containers can work. So container will take less time to start. Container will be easily deployable, right?
Yes. They will have the binaries and the dependencies files.
Everything will be
Just
there. So
yes.
deployment will be easy. You can just send you can make the application, put it in a container and put it wherever you want. It will run with all the dependency, whatever it needs, whatever application needs, you put every damn thing in that. That is container. So we'll be seeing that later when we study the compute services. So this microservice, each microservice can run in a container. Yeah. And these containers are created in Kubernetes using pods. And it will just manage the whole hardware. Like it will Kubernetes the service which we'll see later.
It uses Docker engines.
Huh?
It uses Docker engine.
Mhm.
The same thing that we have to create the Docker and then to push those things
Yes.
into, and pod will take care of all the containers.
Hmm.
Yes. Because Kubernetes understand pods, not container.
Mhm.
So this is
Right. Okay. We'll see that more later.
yes.
But right now, just understand. You understood what is queue storage then?
Yes, sir.
So queue is required to store these.
microservice.
It's used with the microservices. Each microservice will use a queue.
Yes.
Input queue and output queue, right?
Yes.
It will, when it is outputting, it will go to the another queue, a queue which belongs to another service. Okay, like that. So here it is like this. See. This is the count, this is the queue. So each queue has got many messages like that. All right.
Yes, correct.
So this is queue storage. Please take a pic of this. I hope you guys have taken the picture of this. Done, Ritik and Mudassar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, done.
So this is the write-up of this. It allows to decouple of components and each component asynchronously communicate with other component with the help of queue storage. So queue is that no, because one counter, we don't know how many people he will process, right? Once it is processed, then it goes to another counter. There's another. So they get decoupled.
Yes, once the task is completed, it decouples for the other counter.
Decouple means they're not dependent or they're independent.
Yes, yes.
The person who is sitting on the first counter, he is not under tension that other person what it will do.
Yes.
They all are busy, right?
All are-
He has his queue and that guy has his queue, right?
Correct.
So it's so whenever the person finishes from one queue, he goes and goes into the another queue.
Correct.
So they are not under tension. The tension will come only when the queue has become very big.
Mhm.
Then they will think of increasing the people in that counter, right?
They will be bothering about their task, what have been assigned.
Correct. So that's called decouple. Decouple means independent.
Mhm.
Each microservice is independent and asynchronously communicate. Asynchronous means they're not waiting for each other.
Yes, yes.
They're doing their task continuously as and when it's happening, right? So that is the benefit of that. Then the output of one component becomes the input for another component. The output of one component becomes input for
Second, other
other component like that, right? If the other component does not process immediately, then it will remain in the queue. Correct? A queue can contain number of messages and each message can be up to 64 KB size.
Up to means maximum.
Maximum up to 64 KB size.
Each queue can contain
Number of messages and each message can be up to 64 KB size. Right?
इसका मतलब सर हाँ सर क्यू जो सर्विस है
हम्म।
वो फाइल्स को यानी पैकेट्स में कन्वर्ट करेगा 64 ऐसा भी पैकेट वो बनाएगा अच्छा ठीक है
Okay, so
अच्छा
take a snip of this. Queue storage understood. What is queue storage?
queue storage is a service that is used for taking the messages, completing the task at the counter and sending to the decoupling to the other for other tasks to other microservice you can see.
Now next goes to table storage. Table storage is for the name is table storage, but actually it is used for storing the key value pair. Just for the namesake, it is table storage. But what is the job? The job is to store the key value pair.
Okay. Key value pairs. Yes.
No SQL data. Yeah. No SQL data. It is used meant for storing key value pair. Semi-structured data. So that is the job of table storage. It's just for the namesake, it is a table.
These
It's misleading. When you say table storage, you think that maybe it is for that purpose. You know,
Yeah.
it's not the case.
these queue storage, table storage, these can also be called a service also under the storage for
No, types of storage. These are types of
type
storage.
of storage.
These are types of storage.
Okay.
Okay.
Table storage are used to key value pairs.
Then comes the file storage.
Again.
So table storage is done. Everybody's clear about this?
No.
Okay, now comes the file storage. What is file storage? File storage is like those who have worked on companies, you will know that you can access the network using file storage, file shares. if you're working in a company,
Sure.
you can access, like I'm sitting on this laptop, but I want to access some data from a particular server. So it is through shared. They share the data and I can see it in my network, right?
Yeah,
And I can access. So that's a file share.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Shared file we can.
Shared
do.
files, yeah.
Sir, shared drive also is a kind of that.
Yes, shared drive.
Uh,
Yeah. So you share drive or share folder on a server and everybody can access on the network
Mm.
using local area network. No, that's a normal thing. Normally, that's what people have done.
Yes.
That's what people do. They
Yes.
use shared drives, shared storages like that. That's what they do, right?
Mhm.
But that is for the local area. But now what we are going to do is we are going to create the storage on the cloud,
Cloud, yes.
shared storage in the cloud, and that we can access it here.
Yes. Anybody can access. That group or particular team we like.
So it will be as if it is locally available. Just like you access your office server, you will access this file storage, even though it's on Azure cloud, but it will look as if it is on the some network drive. It will
Yes.
it will give you a feeling that as if you are accessing something
Yes.
locally
Yes.
on some server in your office.
Yes. Correct.
So we'll be doing this practical also. We'll be actually making a shared storage on the cloud file share and we'll be accessing it.
Anyway, we are doing in Google Drive also, no, sir?
Hmm.
We are like on Google, the cloud, it is having our file, but we can log in it into and we can
Yes,
do
correct.
it.
You're
We
right.
can download it.
Yeah. Correct.
But that will be available for one account, not for each, for everyone.
Hmm.
That is available for one account.
Yeah, this is enterprise.
In enterprises.
Google also has this kind of facility, but you have to take an enterprise account for Google also. Google has different types of accounts.
Yes, we give the permission, other person also can see, whenever we.
Yeah, but for as he said, it's only for one account, right?
Yes.
But this enterprise account,
Mhm.
it's an enterprise thing. You create a share and everybody can access.
Mhm.
You have for Office 365 also. You have a OneDrive, right? Shared drive.
Yes.
But this is enterprise. Like it's a shareable by all the people.
Yeah.
Multiple people can access the drive. They can
Yeah.
work on it. Can do access control and all that. Here,
Like for example.
but is there any news on the card? Are you still connected or you left? That's it. Mudassir is there or gone?
Yes, I am with you. Through friend, I could not find anyone. Like they have, but they don't want to share. It's like this. And I myself tried in my bank. So now the holidays are going on. So I can try only after, I can try on Sunday. I'll visit the bank and check once.
All right.
And the
Okay.
permission.
You tell your friends that nothing is gonna happen. It's just
Yeah.
if
Yeah, I
possible, you can
mentioned.
try to
Yes, I
convince.
mentioned it's just for practical, but somewhere they are afraid it will be misused.
Hmm.
Or else Sunday I will visit the bank and see if I can issue for myself.
All right. Great.
Yeah.
You want to exit now, Mudassir? You want to go?
I can still spare 5 more minutes. Then
All
I'll
right.
go. Okay.
So file storage is that basically it's a storage in the cloud,
Yes, sir.
a shared storage in cloud. And the benefit of this is like a lot of legacy applications. Legacy means old network applications which were dependent on the old storage, dependent on the network storage. Like if you have written some network application which was working on the shared storage on the on-premise network, now I want to take it on cloud.
Oh,
So what I can do, I can just make that same shared folder on the cloud, right? So that application will run from anywhere.
can be accessed.
Before that application was working only on the in office, right?
Yes.
Those network applications used to work only in the office.
Yeah.
Now, if I take the shared storage in the cloud, then that storage is available everywhere.
Yeah.
Even if I go home, it is available. So those applications can access that data from anywhere, right?
Yes.
So it becomes easier to access, you can make the application portable to cloud
Yes.
because of that. The application has suddenly become cloud-based because of that. Getting?
Yes. Sir.
So that is the benefit of it. That it becomes cloud-based then. All right?
And storage.
So it is useful to move the on-premises application that depending on local file share to the cloud, correct? So it uses standard file share protocols such as SMB 2.1, 3.0.
What is SMB?
SMB is like Samba protocol we call it. It's a protocol used for accessing data local on the network share on premises.
So what does this mean? File standard file share protocol. Acha.
Hmm.
So where do we put this protocol? Like we use it like in the file or
No, it's built in. The Windows is using this protocol to access the data through file share on premises. Suppose if you have a server on premises, it has some data
Mhm.
and if you share it, so Windows will use this protocol internally. You don't have to do anything. It's called SMB protocol. Okay, and using that it will access.
Okay.
So same protocol it's using for Azure file share also.
Okay.
That's why it become portable. So the network application thinks that shared folder is on premises only, but actually shared folder is on the cloud
Mhm.
because it's talking same language.
Yes, using same protocol.
Yes. I'm in India, I say Anna Arif Arabic, so you also feel okay. He's same Arabic guy only, so like that. So he's talking same thing, even though the shared folder is in the cloud, he's talking same SMB language, right?
Yes, sir.
So application gets fooled. Application thinks this is same my old colleague, right? मेरा गांव वाला है तो बात करता है उससे.
So standard बढ़िया.
Got it? Files can be uploaded to the shared is up to 1 TB file size, right? 1 TB file size can be uploaded, right? Clear? So we'll be doing this.
SMB.
We are going to do this practical. This practical we are going to do, okay?
We would be getting the printouts.
Okay, so now you can see here, this is the resource groups, how it looks like. This example, resource group, how many resource groups are there in this picture?
There are one.
How many
One.
resource groups?
There are
Two.
Yes.
Only one. It is showing only one.
How many resource groups are there?
there are two.
Two resource groups, right?
Yeah.
In the first resource group, how many storage account is there?
Storage account. Four storage.
Storage account.
Storage account. Only one.
Only one. In the second resource group, how many storage account is there?
Two.
Two.
Two storage
Two
accounts.
storage accounts.
Yes.
In the first resource group, storage account, see there's two blobs, one file, one queue like that, right?
Yes.
But Cosmos DB, Azure SQL, Web App, they're separate. They don't come under account. Okay. So in the over here, you can see there's a table storage, block storage, right? Under one storage account. Here, queue, three queues in one account like that. So company may have number of storage accounts like this. Okay.
Yes. How
Virtual machine doesn't come under storage account.
can you say there are two resource group?
Hmm?
How say two resource? There is only one resource
Two
group.
types of resource group. Is
You can make any number of resource groups.
no, instead in this
How-
picture.
How you depicted like two? How
We
you
have virtual machine
Huh?
and
It's
we have
written here now for resource group. Here also
Acha,
written
this
resource,
one and this one. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
two resource group, my dear.
This one and this one two. I thought only in this.
yeah.
लिखा हुआ है ना सब. ये resource group में in this resource
Yeah.
group we have two storage account. In this resource group we have one storage account like this.
Yes.
Okay, Mudassir?
How can we like relate in the first and the second, the all the resources which are mentioned? First one, like we have resource group, then account storage, and then the other resources we have. Like
Resource
Cosmos
storage.
DBH. In the second, we have resource group, two storage account,
Hmm.
and then virtual machine. So how can we relate? The first one is different, like totally.
We have to give
How
a name
can-
also, no? The name is not given. Name will.
No. I'm saying the path, flow path, how it will go. Like we have subscription, in that we have resource group. In that resource group, we can have storage account, anyone, right?
Hmm.
The blog file or anyone we can have. And what does it mean by the Cosmos DB, Azure SQL, and
They are not part of storage account. They have to be procured separately. But if you want to create a blob, it should be under storage account. If you want to create a file, it should be under storage
Correct.
account.
Correct.
Queue in the storage account. But when you want to create a Cosmos DB storage,
Mhm.
it does not require storage.
Storage.
You don't have to use storage account. You have
Correct.
to manage separately.
Correct. Sir.
That's what it means.
Ah.
But if you take any of these four, like
Blob.
file storage, blob storage, queue storage, table storage,
Uh-huh.
so for that, you have to put it in some storage account.
Yeah. Okay. But for this, we need to have, if we have the storage account, we need to have the DB. A database we need
No,
to
no,
have.
not necessarily.
Not necessary.
They're just showing that
That's the type of data, that depends on your type of your data.
depending on your requirement, right? You don't need that. Hmm. Yeah. Understood now?
Yes, sir. But the storage account, if we are having somewhere, the data would be coming, no? If suppose any kind of storage we are using, like blob or file or queue, so
Hmm.
somewhere that where from wherever the data are coming
Hmm.
into the any particular of the storage account,
Hmm.
somewhere it will be stored and it will be taking into it. No,
No, directly
to say.
access. You can directly access file, queue, blob, storage. They have URLs. There's no trans. You have to create URL. They are accessible from the internet directly, but you have security for that. We have to study that. In practical, we'll see how to control access to them.
I'm not talking about the access here. I'm talking about the data.
So data is
Data
stored
which
there.
is coming in, storing into that.
So
So
you will
from where the data will be coming?
you will store. The users are going to store it there. I will give you access,
Huh.
then you will be able to store it there. It will be same like your network drive. It will look like network drive. All of these will look like that. Or you can access it through application. Suppose you write some application, the application can directly access the blob or the table storage or queue storage. The blob storage and file storage you can create through portal, but queue storage and table storage, there is different procedure.
Okay.
Mostly they are handled by the application.
Table and the queue.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Clear?
Right.
Got it now?
Yes. Right.
Clear now?
Virtual machines.
Any other questions? Ritik, getting it?
Yes, sir.
Storage account settings. These are the various settings which you can make for the storage. I was talking about the settings, right? Common settings.
Yes.
So these are common settings which you can make.
Yes. Yes, sir. Definitely.
So when you create a storage account, then you have to specify which subscription, which location, the data center region that will be used,
Yes.
the performance, you want a standard or premium. Standard means it will use a standard hard disk drive. Premium means it will use SSD, SSD,
SB.
This is the type of hard disk.
hard disk, yeah. So we can choose the performance also. So all the cost comes there, right?
Yes.
That's why you have to judiciously choose your
Storage.
storage and the
Yes.
property you have to set. Otherwise, it will cost you, right?
Yes. Fine, sir.
That's why this Arfat was scared for his credit card.
Smart board.
Yes. Then replication. Replication means what? Making a copy of it, right?
Correct.
For
Mm.
redundancy. Replication will help you to protect from the hardware failures. If the storage fails because of hardware issue, so the data is not lost. So we make a replication.
Mm.
Correct.
So automatically, there are two types of replication. One is LRS and another is GRS. LRS is locally redundant storage,
Yes.
while GRS is globally redundant storage.
Local redundant storage and global redundant.
Yeah, local means what? In the same data center, it will maintain three copies.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 replicas. Sir. Yes.
Three replicas it will store in the same data center. That is locally redundant storage. Global GRS means globally redundant storage. We will maintain the copies across the data center.
4 to 3
Again,
copies.
3, right?
Yeah. So LRS, like if what will happen is uh, within the data centers, actually they maintain racks.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Each rack will have a different power supply, different network cabling and all that thing. So if one rack fails, it doesn't affect the other one.
Correct. Sir.
So what they do is three copies they'll store in three different
Different
racks
rack.
so
Three,
that
yes.
there is redundancy.
Correct.
But if the data center fails, it's gone.
So then it's better just
Yeah.
to do GRS.
Cloud.
Yeah. So if you do GRS means it will store in
Your
different
set.
data centers. It depends on your requirement. It doesn't go fat like that.
Yes.
Unless some atom bomb comes, some war, then it will be fat like this. Then LRS will fail everywhere, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Then GRS will help
Yeah.
perhaps.
So which is also called as well, sir, वो disaster जो recovery होता है same ना ये उसी के लिए काम आएगा ना सर disaster recovery.
Yes. Disaster recovery is something more than this.
More than this.
Yes. Disaster recovery is like making a alternative thing. You know, if one fails totally, you can switch over to the other one, DR plan.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, you can switch to the other one. This is the disaster recovery only for storage level. Okay. Then access tiers. You want to set the cold access tier or hot access tier.
Yes, immediate basis. Or
Yeah. So these settings you're doing on the storage account basis. You're doing for a particular storage account that you have to understand. These things are doing for a particular storage account, right?
Then after I do this, you can say these settings
Hmm.
on a particular storage account.
Hmm.
The type of storage that I made in that account, the all settings which I made, that will be applied on that storage.
Yes, correct,
Yes.
correct. That's the benefit.
Okay.
Like you apply it on this storage here, the picture here. You apply on this account, so it will affect all these two blocks, one file and two storage. All will have same settings.
Mm.
Getting? So you don't have to individually make the settings. That is the idea. Okay. Then secure transfer required, whether you want securely transfer from the storage. So we can use HTTPS if you want secure transfer. Then virtual networks. It will help us to decide from which virtual networks it is accessible. It's a security feature again.
firewall operators.
Exposure.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Very good.
Very good.
Means date means these
Okay,
information.
great.
is good.
Done. Have you taken snip, Ritik? Ritik? Ritik, are you there? I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
I hope you're not doing lungi dance there. Hmm? You guys got used to my terms now. Hmm? Lungi dance. Good terms, right?
लुंगी पकड़ेगा वाले को।
Okay. All right. Now we have, look at these two storage accounts. So what is the difference between all the settings are same?
Just
Yes,
edge.
all saying that the
Location is different. Yeah, so that's why this company has made two storage accounts because some storages they want to take in West US, some they want to take it in
Not
North Europe. So that's why they have made two different storage accounts.
Still,
But
they
if-
have
if-
the location in their location, like West US and in this North Europe, but the replication is a
Yes,
GRS.
yes.
So from there, it will the data center will be there and it will be accessed globally. You mean to say, right?
No, the account will be in three different
No,
zone. Right?
Yes, three different data centers.
Three different data center.
means the rack will be having three. No?
Data center, rack, one data center has many racks.
Yes.
LRS. LRS means storing data in the same data center but in different racks. Okay.
Wow.
GRS means storing data in different data centers, different data centers.
Yeah.
All right. Here.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
See, I have lot of accents, you see. I'm speaking without accents.
Wow. That's continue talking with the best.
Okay, guys, so location West US and location North Europe. So that is the only difference between the storage accounts. So that's why the companies they decide to use many storage accounts. Some storage account will be in particular location, other will be in other location like that. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Then we have next thing to see is how many storage accounts are required.
Sir, can you please go back? I want to see
Okay,
the two
I'll go back.
two things. Secure transfer enabled and virtual network disabled. What does it mean, sir?
Secure transfer enabled, that means HTTPS is enabled,
Yes.
and virtual networks disabled, that means it's not accessible by any another virtual network outside, right?
Yeah, see, yeah, it's here now. Yeah, it will help us to decide from which virtual networks it is accessible.
So if there is no any,
Yeah, so it's
Virtual.
not allowing to access the storage from the virtual network. So it will be accessible from the internet through public URLs only.
So can we take the example like Google? It does not have anyone can access the from Google. They type it and get the information like that. It has virtual network. No.
It's simple also.
So उस case में virtual network disable रखता
Actually,
है।
when you build a infrastructure, some machines will be on your
Okay.
cloud only. So through those things, they will not be able to access the storage. But this storage will be accessible from internet using some URL.
Sure.
But from that Azure,
हाँ.
a particular virtual machine will not be able to access this. We create virtual networks now in Azure.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
VNet.
from there it is not accessible. When you in the practical you see when you create a storage account, we have to give a URL. URL means some one unique name by which it can be accessible from the internet.
Sorry.
And that also you can control access, who can access and for how long you can access. You want to give the access for limited time, you can do that also.
Okay. Okay.
So we
Yeah,
have to do
authentication
something
of
called,
identity.
yes, we have to do something called shared access signature,
Okay.
or you have to do it
SSL.
through Active Directory.
The same also in locally shared data,
Single sign-up.
We can do all the things like the share file also can be shared in only morning time or maybe night time. Also,
Yes, yes. Yeah, we want more, so much control.
Yeah, we have so much control.
Well, in future, they'll make such control for wives also and husbands also. So it's so much tension, right? They control for it.
ताला लगता क्या पे
You
लगेगा
want
ताला
control everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Controlling the cloud engineers, sometimes they start thinking, why can't we make some control for wives, just do something so they really don't
फोन नहीं करेगी
irritate
काम
you.
कर सकते
I'm just joking, they are very lovely human beings, so
Yes,
nothing like that.
yes.
Yeah.
But I'm making
Don't take
joking.
serious, guys.
Don't make me as scared. Don't make me as scared, please.
Thank you so much for your patience, for your graceful. क्या
Oh,
बोलूं?
that's fine.
He wants to get married.
ताला लगाए तो पहले अभी अच्छा हो गया था
Yes. Okay. Next. So how many storage accounts required by a company, right? So company has got a lot of requirements. So they will decide on data diversity, like in which data region is the data required. So it's a multinational company, so they may require data at various regions, right?
हम्म,
If the users are in US, so does it make sense to create storage in India, or it makes sense to create
Again.
if supposing the application users are in US?
हम्म.
So does it make sense to create storage account near US or in India?
Near US.
Near US, right? Close to their users. Because the latency will be less. Right?
Yeah.
So depending on data diversity, where the data is needed. If a multinational company, they need data at so many different places, right?
That's what data diversity.
That is called as data diversity.
Yeah.
Cost sensitivity, the type of replication, hot, cold access tier, standard, premium. Like one storage account, you will keep cold access tier. So all the cold storages you'll keep there. So cost will be less. Other places you would like to make it hot tier, right?
Hmm.
So cost sensitivity. So cost can be reduced, no? Because everything you make it hot, then it will be really very,
Okay, very well.
very hot for your pockets. Right?
In storage account, the for cost, hot and cold is matter. For we have to
Cost sensitivity.
cost sensitivity.
So because
Makes sense,
100 or
then yeah, type of replication,
Also makes sense.
what type of replication you want.
Yeah, locally or
LDR will be LRS will be cheaper.
cheaper, yes.
GRS will be expensive. Right?
So LRS.
there are more things like LRS, GRS, and also some more things.
RA GRS, read access GRS.
तो 7-8 है सर वैसे.
Those things are like that. What to do?
There are sir.
Cloud is a big. I told you, it's like a big hospital, big shopping mall. Okay.
Company से. Hello. हाँ. थोड़ा सा पीसी नहीं है मेरे पास अभी. नहीं मतलब पीसी मेरे साथ नहीं है, मतलब लैपटॉप नहीं है साथ में मेरे. थोड़ा कॉल बैक और क्या कौन सा सर्विस.
Then standard or premium, like so, all this cost factor comes, right? What application you want to choose, what hot tier, cold access tier, standard Yeah, premium hard disk, what you want, right? Then tolerance for management overhead. If you make too many storage account, again, you have to manage them more, right?
Yes, sir.
So, so depending on that, they decide how many storage accounts to make, right? So these are factors which affect the making of storage account. Yeah, right, gentlemen? Ritik, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then account settings. To set up storage, we need to give the following account settings. What is the name of the storage? I told you it should be globally unique within the Azure, right?
Yes, sir.
You have to access it from anywhere in the world, so it should be
Unique.
globally unique, right?
Correct, sir.
Then
Deployment model.
deployment model, resource manager, or classic. Actually, classic is the old interface of Azure, but nobody is using nowadays. So it is resource manager, right?
Yes, sir.
Then account kind. So again, the storage keeps on changing, right? It keeps on evolving. So V2 is the latest one, general purpose V2 recommended, right? Version 2.
Yes.
Then version 1 was there. Then block storage, block legacy and support with blob and block storage, right? So it was so depending on what you want, you have to set. But mostly we'll use the V2 storage, right? Version 2 storage.
So what is much more things into V2 apart from the last two? Like they have much more features like than other two.
Yes, it will have much more feature, but maybe some companies have already created storage long time back. So for that you should know. Okay.
They can switch also, no? So from blob storage to
Yeah.
storage to version.
Nice.
They have to use that one.
They have to transfer its storage, my dear. How they can switch? How it will suddenly become that other type?
Yeah. You
Not
can.
possible. Okay, clear? Now tools for creating the account. So these are always four ways, always to do things in cloud actually. The same four things they have explained here. So whatever you want to do in the cloud, like this guy was asking, Ibrahim was asking, right?
That's the one.
Like I want to use Python to
Yeah,
connect the
exactly.
cloud, right?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
We can try all those things. We can actually do, since he's learning Python also,
Oh,
I'll help you with that.
Great.
I was thinking that you're asking such questions, so I said I will help you with that.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Actually, there are four ways to work in cloud. One is through portal. Directly go to portal and you
Yes.
can work. Second is CLI, command line interface. So cloud has got a cloud shell. So during our practical exercise, we'll be using cloud shell.
yes.
Then there's a PowerShell also. PowerShell means on your laptop.
Certainly.
On your laptop, you can download the PowerShell utilities for Azure, and you can give all the commands to your PowerShell in the local laptop without actually connecting to the cloud, right? You give a command to log in and all, but you don't have to log into the portal and all that. So
Again, yeah.
you command you can do. Then fourth way is through management client libraries, means through Python or any programming language of your choice, you can do the activities.
Mostly the developer uses this. Can I say
Which one?
API
Yes.
application program?
Yes. Correct. Okay. So Ibrahim, you have to use this.
Yeah.
I'm just want to. He was asking me question other day. And Ritik,
Yes, sir.
you studied Python. So I was wondering that you studied Python now and also Power BI, right? So I want you to research on how we can use Python for Power BI. Okay, to do things in Power BI.
Okay.
That project will take it up. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll help you with that. I'll be helping you with that.
Okay.
Power BI is like PowerShell.
Now, Power BI is different. He's done another course also. Power BI is for data analytics, for visualization, data visualization, all that. Reporting, data visualization. Okay. So these are the. Hmm.
Pi, okay, they call it Pi also, right? Or Pi, something like they call it like this.
Power BI.
They don't have another name. They don't.
And account creation is one-time process. So Azure portal is preferred. But account creation is small task. You have to
Yes.
create only one time. So no need to use any other. Best is go to portal, create once, finish, class. Okay, the account is created. Or it can be integrated within the application using API. That's what the developers they will use. API means what? What is the full form of API?
Application programming interface.
Application program interface. I told you it's a Shabdul's word. You remember Abdul Shabdul's story?
Yes.
What?
Abdul Shabdul Kabdul.
Abdul.
Abdul. Abdul हो गया.
Yes, Abdul and Shabdul's story. Who remembers?
We remember that story, but we cannot connect those all. Yes.
Yeah, tell me the story. Forget about connection.
सब कुछ connect था.
ऋतिक आपको पता है अब्दुल और शब्दुल का स्टोरी?
का नाम सुना हुआ है पर स्टोरी मुझे भी याद नहीं आ रहा.
देवा.
What's up?
Where are you, God? I told you now, there were two friends, Abdul and Shabdul. They want to make their house. Abdul was little sentimental.
Remember that, sir?
He says that I will make everything by myself. He will make even the bricks by himself. He'll dig earth and he'll take the mud and bake it to make bricks. And like that, he'll build the house. Abdul is like that, okay? He says, if I do everything myself, then it will such a good thing.
Hmm.
मैंने उगाया और मैंने खाया. Okay, it will be
Satisfaction.
very satisfaction, peaceful, like that.
And I know what is to do.
Hmm. But Shabdul says, no, I will not do like this. If bricks are available in market, I'll get it from the market. Something not available, that I'll make. So I'll make everything from the market if it's available. So who is wiser, Abdul or Shabdul?
Who is what?
Wiser.
Why is it?
And like to do.
The second one, Shabdul.
Shabdul.
To make his time. To
Shabdul या Abdul, बोलो.
Time wise, you want to say that.
yes.
Time wise, Shabdul.
I want to know know the what on what parameters like you are asking. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Just asking general questions. That also you make it complicated.
no, because company also wants to know while doing this. They set their parameters and then they decide. Yes, sir. So I'm relating with that, sir. The relative that also.
I think so much. He will not be able to decide a girl for his marriage, I'm sure.
So much
What are the
questions.
parameters? We'll say, what is the parameter for this? Okay, just
But
joking.
simply I can say yes, Abdul is because
Yes, simply only I'm asking. Simple story, simple answer. Shabdul is better. Why? Shabdul is better. Yes, Ritik, do you recollect the story which I said long time back? Ritik?
Yes, sir. But
Hmm.
also heard the what
Hmm?
I'm just laughing about the something that we have done.
Hmm.
Like अभी जो बोला उस पे मैं थोड़ा सा हुआ था कि पहले भी शायद क्वेश्चन पहले भी इसने ये पूछा था.
अच्छा नियाज ने अच्छा
Yes, maybe.
okay okay yeah Shabdul is better why because he can make lot of houses in his lifetime right he'll make very complex houses Abdul will just be stuck with one house maybe before building the house Allah को प्यारा हो जाएगा वो ऐसा भी हो सकता है right so we don't know right so it's a Shabdul's world now this world is Shabdul's world more of Shabdul's world right So you should, everything is ready. What are you going to make? सब बना के रखा है इन्होंने. ऐसा एक भी चीज बनाया नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. So everything, every damn thing they have made. You have to just integrate. You should know how to connect them, arrange them. Okay. That API is also Shabdul world. They have made the libraries for the developers that if you want to do some task in Azure, this is the software, this is the library, this is the function you have to use. Class. Okay. With that, it will do the job. So you don't have to really write any code, very, very complicated code to do things in Azure from programming language. That's API. So API is application programming interface. So this cloud is exposing a lot of APIs for all the languages of your choice. So it's become language independent.
Hmm.
You can't say I will learn Java or Tava or Kava. You learn any language, it will interface. Any common language like Python, Java, .NET. Okay. With that, they have created API for them, these guys. So if you have any language, if you know any of this language, with that you can do things in cloud without actually going to portal or doing anything. All tasks they can do from programming language.
Yes.
Got it?
Developers.
Developers. Clear?
Yeah.
And all these are cloud based. Like when I'm talking about the Power BI also for Ritik. Ritik has done Power BI and he's doing Python also. Almost he's coming to the end of the course. So Ritik, there are some APIs for Power BI also. So you can do a lot of things in Power BI using Python. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Not going to Power BI. Without doing that, it can do the job, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can research on that. What extra you can do with the help of Python programming. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. And also the programming which you studied that will help you with DAX also. You can study. You will understand DAX better now. That is also programming part there. Okay, so the account creation is one-time process. So portal is preferred, or it can be integrated with the application using API. That's what they integrate with the application using API.
What it can be integrated, sir?
Integrated.
What integrated? Like storage account.
Uh, so application of your choice. It can be .NET, it can be Java, it can be Python. Using that, you can uh, connect to storage, do things with storage, and do whatever you want, right? Okay, clear? Then that disk roles. So when you are creating a virtual machine, it gives you three choice for creating the disks. For the one is operating system disk. It is used for storing the operating system. Maximum size could be 2 TB.
2 GB.
So when you make the virtual machine, we have done the virtual machine
Yeah,
exercise before, right?
Yes.
So by default, it will create the OS disk,
Yeah.
Yes.
but we can also create a data disk. Additional data disk it allows you to attach, right?
Yes.
If you want to.
Mounting that.
And then temporary disk is also there. If you go to Azure Virtual Machine, there's always one temporary disk. You should not save anything there. If you save something in that, and if you restart the system, it will be lost. Okay? देखा आपने temporary disk?
टेम्परेरी डिस्क नहीं है सर, मैंने नहीं देखा, लेकिन वो होता है
Azure Virtual Machine में नहीं देखा कभी temporary disk.
वर्चुअल मशीन्स में इसका
Temporary disk नहीं देखा है नहीं देखा.
नहीं सर, वो नहीं देखा है. ये डिस्क ओएस डिस्क देखा, ओएस डिस्क देखा है सर हमने.
Temporary disk भी होता है उसमें, right? So next time see that temporary disk is always there, but you should not store anything on that because it is used for execution of programs. So it's a temporary thing which the Azure is
वो
using.
तो इनबिल्ट रहेगा ना फिर सर.
लेकिन दिखता है उसमें माई कंप्यूटर में जाएंगे तो दिखेगा आपको ये टेम्परेरी डिस्क. ओके क्लियर. So it is used to store the page files, the swap files, or we can say used for storing the virtual memory. The contents of the disk is lost during maintenance activities. So virtual memory, you should know what is virtual memory. पता है क्या? Okay, I'll tell you story of that little later. We are running short of time now. Okay.
Actually, because I wanted to ask you for giving me excuse, like let me go because I have to go somewhere. I'm already late.
Okay, thank you guys for connecting today, and I'll see you next class. Bye bye. Have a
Thank you,
great
sir.
day. Bye bye. Just a second.